Hi, I recently bought a Blade 200 SRX radio controlled helicopter, and I've fitted some lights to it to enhance its look and also to make it easier to see in sort of low light conditions. And I thought I'd show you the components I've used and how I went about it. At the front you can see we've got a nose light, and on the left hand side you can see a red flashing light, and on the right hand side, the starboard side, we've got a green flashing light. The power supplies I've used have all come from spare outlets on the helicopter itself, and again I'll show you how to do that. I thought I'd show you how you get the nose cone as it comes from that, this is a spare nose cone I've got, from that to that with a hole in it. It's not a simple task. It's quite difficult to do if you're going to do it accurately, but the way I did it was to take a block of wood, pop it inside here so it's now flush up against the back of this piece of plastic, and then with my bradawl, I'm just for demonstration purposes just not going to do it but just show you, just pushed in until I've got myself a tiny little hole in there. And having got the hole, which was large enough to take a very small drill bit, one with a tip on it, push it in, and then with the drill bit connected to the drill, just very, very carefully, small rotations, just open up the hole, and then when I've got that size drill bit I get a slightly larger one, so basically just increasing the diameter of the hole until we get it to the size which I was looking for, and that will take the bulb, the LED bulb which I showed you earlier. Let's first look at the nose light which I fitted. I bought these from a website, ultraleds.co.uk, and they're 8mm cool white LEDs. The bonus with this is that it comes with a bit of wire, as you can see, and it's also got a resistor, so the bulb can operate from 3.5 to 14.5 volts, which will meet most radio controlled battery needs. It's a cool white LED. Now, having made up or modified your lead with the JST connector, it's a simple case of just locating the hole, pushing it in, so that it pops out like that. So from the bulb which I bought, as you can see, I've added this heat shrink. There are a few layers here, so it's quite stiff, and the chances of the bulb breaking away from its soldered connections here is much reduced, because what I need to do is to be able to push it through the hole which I've cut out of the nose cone. And I found the first time I did it, I pushed it without the heat shrink and I broke the connection, so I had to resolder it. So having made up the reinforced head here near behind the bulb, what I've done then is to connect a little JST connector here. These come pieces like these. This is the male and the female, and you get pieces like this, and with a careful crimping you can slide this on top, so you end up with the modified 8mm white LED with a wire and resistor, and I've added, as you can see, the JST connector. If you look at the back of the receiver, I'm going to show you the connection points. The receiver here has 4 points which are being used, but there are 7 points, of which 4 are used, and you've got over here 2, and on the left hand side 1. So what I've used the 2 outside ones for the navigation lights, the red one and the green one, and the one nearest the 4 being used, second from the left, I've used for the nose light, taxi light, call it what you like. So those are the ones that I'm connecting to. What we have to do now is to make, this is the female JST connector here, and I'm going to show you how to make the connection to that outlet from the receiver on the aircraft, using modifying one of these servo connectors. So you can see we connect the JST connection is now made, and we need to make sure that this servo connector goes into the power supply. The next job we're going to do is to take our servo wire, which you can buy from most radio control shops, and modify it. We're only going to need half this. I'm not going to cut this one because I don't need it, but I'm just going to show you and leave the rest to your imagination. You can see from the finished product that we're only using the 2 wires, the red and the black, so you need to remove the white wire, and that's quite a simple operation. Well, can be a bit tricky. I use a very fine pointed screwdriver, and if you lift the black retaining tab on the white wire side, just lift this, it can be quite tricky, lift it up, it goes, and then you can pull out just the white wire, and then you can just strip it back, and so you'll end up with the wire like that, and about that length, and then you attach in the same way that we've attached the other half. That's the male half and that's the female half. Just crimp the JST connector so that you end up with a connection that looks just like that and ready to be installed into the power supply. Now at some stage you're going to need to check the output voltage of the receiver, and the way to do this is to take some form of electrical test meter. I've got a cheap and cheerful one here, and with the 2 leads, just touch the positive and negative and see the reading. This is going to be a bit difficult to do because I want you to see the voltage reading, hopefully. Can you see that? That's showing 5 volts. So I know my output voltage is 5, and that's important when looking at the other navigation lights in particular, because we've got to make sure that we've got the right resistor. So that's 5 volts, and it's the same if I touch the other one too. It's 5 volts, and because it's quite a tricky operation, just take it as read that the one over here is also 5 volts. So I've now reassembled the front nose, and you can see the light at the front, and here's the connection that we've just made with the JST connectors here, this lead running to the front bulb, and the modified servo connection which I'll now connect to the power supply. as it's quite difficult, I'll turn the camera off and just show you once I've reconnected it. We've now connected the front light to the receiver power supply, you can see just here, and as I said, I've put it into the second from the right, leaving the extreme right hand one here for navigation light and one the other side navigation light, and here's the lead going to the front light. And now we'll connect the power. And now to connect the power, there's the lead there going to the front light, there's the power supply source going to source, which we just connected, and it's just a matter of connecting the power. Now there's the battery lead, and that's to the receiver. And there we go, and the light is on. So I hope you found that of some use. The next video I make will be connecting the navigation lights. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Bye.